This video we're going to be going over the best centre mid and centre defensive midfielder pro clubs builds when it comes to having 75 skill points or above. This is obviously going to be a video where two of the playstyles are very different, so we'll cover both of them in this video. If you enjoy this style of content, don't forget to subscribe, as we will be making more FIFA 23 videos. So let's not waste your time and let's get straight into this. So we're going to start off with the centre mid build first. This is my favourite position to play when it comes to pro clubs. I like playing centre mid, a bit more of a playmaker kind of position, box to box kind of midfielder as well. So it's got a little bit of everything when it comes to this midfielder build, and let's be honest, he's not going to be like a super strong midfielder, but like I said, it's going to be a box to box player, going to still be able to tackle, still be able to do all those good things, but mainly provide the balls to your attacking players. So when it comes to the kind of profile of the player, centre mid position, of course, that is the main position we're talking about here. When it comes to height, 5'6", 5'5", 5'4" even works as well. So kind of a very short player. We're thinking someone kind of like Thiago in a way. And when it comes to weight, you want to make this pretty low as well. Personally, I like to drop this down quite a bit. But obviously, keep in mind you do lose a bit of physicality. So 125 pounds is around about a decent amount, and then choose your preferred foot here because we're not choosing like 5-star weak foot or whatever. Now, when it comes to perks, skill dribbler is an absolute must in a midfield position, especially to make sure you can get around players. Dribbling in this game, like I keep saying, is really bad, so make sure you have skill dribbler on. Then you actually want to have threaded pass. Threaded pass is actually one of the best perks to use in previous FIFAs, but also in this FIFA as well, because through ball passing is actually kind of difficult to do if you don't have this perk equipped, and it also gives you 5-star weak foot ability when you're passing, of course. So overall, definitely a solid choice. You can pick other perks if you want, like distance shooter if you find yourself on the edge of the box quite often, depending on the position. Or if you actually want to win the ball back and help your teammates, you could choose interceptor, or you could choose chase down, or even ball winner. All of these are really good choices. Now, moving on to the actual skill tree itself, we're going to go through this very quickly because, like I said, we've got a Cdm build to get through as well. So we do have one on strength. Now, you could take this off. You could take it off and put it somewhere else. But overall, I do think you still need a little bit of strength in the middle of the park to hold the ball. Stamina is pretty solid with this build already. So a centre mid has really good stamina, box to box, like I said. So we just added one more just to make sure that you can last the full game. Defending, we do have interceptions on here. And then we've also got standing tackle on too. Now, I would put sliding tackle on, but it's not something that's absolutely necessary, and you shouldn't really be sliding into tackles and getting sent off anyway. I mean, obviously, it would be useful for a different style of player, but for this kind of player, you want to basically be standing tackling most of the time. Dribbling, you definitely need, like I said before, so you want to make sure you have that attacking position on there to get the 4-star skill moves. 4-star skill moves will absolutely help out a ton when trying to get past players. I keep saying this in every video, but it's because it does work. And then we've got dribbling and agility, obviously, which is what we need to change directions. We do also have balance on here, which is very important for this kind of midfield player, just to make sure you're not getting knocked off the ball. Preferably, you like to have a little bit more balance if it was available. But once we level up our character more, we will get that. Ball control as well, make sure you keep the ball close to your feet. Passing, this is where you will want to spend quite a lot of your points, actually, to make sure you can get those balls to your teammate to actually score goals. So we've got crossing on here if you find yourself drifting wide a little. Vision is going to help make sure these crosses actually land on target. Curve as well to make sure you can swerve the ball when you're actually taking the shots. Short passing we've got on 2. Vision we've got on here as well. Long passing we've also got on 2, but you'd want to get this as high as possible when it comes to passing with this kind of player. Then we've got shooting. We've put a little bit on shooting here. It's not super important. You shouldn't feel the need to actually have any of these kind of shooting attributes. But if you do find yourself in the box, you do want to be able to finish, so I totally understand that. So we've got shot power, which is on level 2, but shot power is like one of the most important things in this game. Otherwise, your shots are going to feel absolutely dead, especially if you're trying to do like those power shots. Long shots as well. If you're outside the box, this is something that you definitely need. So, like I said, for the centre mid, this is really important. And then we've got finishing as well. Now, finishing is not the best on this player, but it's not really what it's made for. And then we've got pace as well. Again, pace is not the best. We would like to have the archetype for cheetah. That would be ideal in this situation. But again, we don't have that many skill points to use, so this would be the best way to build the pace. But pace isn't super important in this game anyway. around about 80 pace is actually a good amount for most players, regardless. So now let's move on to our CDM build. Moving on to our CDM build, very different this time around. So again, we've got CDM positioning, we've got height is a lot taller because we need to be able to basically be almost a third centre back if we need to. On top of that, you're going to be able to hold up play, make sure you are defending as well and helping the team out at the back, but also still having some of the passing attributes and stuff that you'd associate with a midfielder. Weight again is going to be a little bit higher. Make sure you're not stumbling off the ball. And as you can see there, the physical is 82, which is absolutely ridiculous. You should be able to compete with any strong striker in the game. Then when it comes to perks, we've got some of the new perks now. So we've got basically Interceptor, which is going to help you intercept the ball, so cut the passing lanes off. And then we've got Chase Down as well, which basically allows you to basically recover quicker when you're trying to defend against opposition, basically counter attack. So this is going to be very, very useful. Now you can also use Ball Winner as well, which is probably be the third perk I'd recommend. But I do think Chase Down is a little better just to make sure you can get back on time and wrap your foot around the attackers and win that ball back. Now, when it comes to the actual skill tree, we have not put one on physical strength just to make sure you're ridiculously strong. You don't need stamina too much. You shouldn't really be running forward all that often, but 86 stamina is pretty ridiculous anyway. Defending, we've got pretty much level 2 on everything here. So we've got standing tackle, we've got defensive sliding tackle as well, and then we've also got interceptions on here. But like I said, most of the perks are geared towards helping this out as well. Dribbling, we do need to put up. Now, we've not got the skill dribbler perk, but we are improving the dribbling on the player so you don't lose the ball, and so your character still feels a little smooth when you are on the pitch. And again, balance is very important as well to stay on the ball. Then when it comes to passing, again, you would like to have quite a bit of passing. Crossing, you shouldn't really need too much of. You should not be drifting wide with this kind of player. There's no reason for it at all. You need to be covering the centre of the pitch. So you do want short passing, which is going to be your intricate passes to other midfielders, and then also your long passes, which should be your over-the-top long balls to your strikers, for example. So overall, solid passing attributes as well, which will help out a ton. Shooting, you want to be able to have some kind of shooting just in case you find yourself in the box, whether it's for crosses or corners or stuff like that. Then you do still have the shot power, you do still have long shots, and you do still have a bit of finishing, but you shouldn't really be shooting with this player if you have the ball. And then when it comes to pace and acceleration, we had to kind of max this out a little bit. And the reason for that is because you don't actually get a lot of pace and basically acceleration with this player to start with this centre defensive build. And considering everyone's going to max out their pace anyway just because they like it, you still need to be able to keep up with them. Now, pace isn't everything in this game, but it's still going to help out when you're tracking back and try to help your team defend. So there we have it. Those are the best centre mid and centre defensive mid builds. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.